Jai Hind all. We are starting the series of environmental lectures. Today we have what is environment? Environment is the totality of abiotic and biotic material present on the earth. Environment is the place, people, things and nature that surrounding the living or non-living both the organism. It provides the air we breathe, water we drink and food we need. The land where we live. It is the combination of natural and human-made phenomena. That is all about the environmental definition. Environment is generally the surroundings. First of all, when we know about the environment, we have to know the scope of environment, what is the need to study the environment, their importance and their need for general public awareness. These all things are important at the point of the environmental basic knowledge. The first of all, we have come with scope of the environmental sciences. Scope of the environmental sciences is the encompasses a large area of aspect broad listed below. First is the natural resources. Natural resources, what is the natural resources? Natural resources are the component which comes from the nature, which are given by the nature, given by the God. And when we know about that, we have the knowledge of the natural resources, where they come, how they use and how much quantity we have to use the natural resources. Then we come on the conservation and the management category. So first of all, we have to identify what are the natural resources, and then we come on the secondary thing, their conservation and their management. Second is the ecology and biodiversity. Later we discussed in the detail what are the ecology and what are the biodiversity. In the smaller we can easily understand the science in which we study our environment is called the ecology, and the living things, variety present on the earth is called the biodiversity. Then environmental pollution and their control. When we know the term pollution in the environment, then we identify the particular problems and then we identify the particular solution or control or remedial measures of any kind of pollution. Social issues in relation to development and environment. Human population and environment. This is the prime cause of any kind of problem arising in the earth, because in the past decade, if we talk about that, the population is not as much as in the today's scenario. All the problem arising is the natural resources utilization, is the ecosystem category, is the biodiversity or the environmental pollution, or are relevant all are relevant to that the overpopulation issues. The overpopulation increases these kinds of things. The root cause of any kind of problem is the environmental problems. Yes. These are the scope of environmental sciences. These are the natural resources, pollution, biodiversity, ecology. We have to concern these all things very clearly to protect our environment. Second thing is the importance of environmental sciences. Importance of environmental sciences. Why we need to the study environmental sciences, or the individuals or the different groups of students, management student, engineering student, why the environmental sciences as a compulsory subject in their curriculum, how and how much knowledge he gain for their developmental processes. So importance of environmental sciences, the study and structure and function of the environmental sciences is given in the next slide. Environmental sciences or studies helps to maintain the ecological balance. Basic operating knowledge of the environmental system and processes. Anthropogenic factors helps gain skills or analyzing and and effect of human activities in different developmental activities. Environmental studies help to achieve sustainable development and understand the relationship between development and environment. It is the main root cause of any kind of degradation. What is that? That is developmental activities. There are two sides of the coins. First is the development and second is the environment. If you do any kind of developmental processes, then you degrade any kind of environment in terms of water, land or air. It should be. This disciplines helps to educate people regarding their duties toward environmental protection. If we have the basic knowledge of environment, if we know about the components of environment and how we should be used these components, then we easily understand the duties towards the environmental protection. Next is environmental is the one subject that is actually globally required, globally in nature. Environmental study deals with the analysis of process of water, air, land, soil and organism which leads to pollution or environmental degradation. Water, it also deals with the most important issue, that is the safe and drinking water. Hygienic living conditions, clean and fresh air. Environment provide us, in the previous slide we studied that now. Water we drink, land where we live, the food we eat, it provide the air we breathe. So this is very important कि all hygienic conditions we can avail. So this is also a strong point, and the importance of environmental science is very important thing is that. Then we come on the objectives of the environmental sciences. Okay. It can be introduced as a course in schools and colleges. It is a kind of formal education. The environmental education have two parts: formal environmental education and non-formal environmental education. What is the basic difference between that? If we introduce as a course, in your curriculum in school and colleges, that is called the formal education. But we have on the word, all the population are not the students, are not the youths, are not studying at the present time. When we aware about the students about the environmental sciences, the depthness of environmental sciences, the importance of environmental sciences. So how educate the common people? By the non-formal means. That is the non-formal environmental education. School and colleges, it is most successful method of propagating environmental awareness from the root of the student, from the root of the brain of a student. They developed their brain from the very starting position is the schooling time. They uses all the things, keep in mind all the environmental degradation processes, all the negative and positive things which happens in the environment. This course is spread awareness regarding protection of environment. The government at its own level cannot achieve the goal of sustainable development until public has participatory role in that. Because every individual is responsible to degrade the environment, so the duty of every and each individual perform to protect the environment. So only in a government its own level not achieve the goal of sustainable development, that is only achieved by the general public has participatory role in that, and it is mandatory to protect the environment. The public has to be educated about the facts that if we degrading our environment, we are actually harming ourselves. That should be keep in the mind, make them understand, the general public, that you harm yourself if you harm the environment. Then because the language we should teach only on those language which is very easily understanding by the general public. So that is the language that you are actually harming if you are harming the environment. Then we come on the, no, we are talking about the non-formal environmental education. Non-formal environmental education, that is through mass media. It is the best medium to make understand about the depthness of the environmental sciences. Mass media as newspaper, magazine, radio, television, short films, advertisements, hoardings at the roadside hoardings, and these are all are the visionary things which appealing us, which attack on our mind, that and we easily understand the problems with the environmental degradation. Important role in educating mass regarding environmental problem issue. Though organizing seminar and conferences in the organization where the people are working, we can also arrange the conferences, the day celebration, the organizes different drawing competition, different quiz competition to aware the general public. It means the non-formal education for those people who already completed their study, and in their curriculum, by the curriculum we are not aware them, so we use these mediums. Awareness can also be spread by organizing various competition on environmental problems, non-conventional energy resources. Such competition may also disseminate information regarding various environmental concerns. Then we come on the, this is all about the environmental education, environmental awareness we can spread by our own. Now we come on the structure and functions of the environment. Now we study about the basics of environment. Is the natural environment of the earth have 4 layers generally, that is only the 4 layers, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Lithosphere, all the land portion in that. Hydrosphere, all the water availability resources on the earth, the aerial portion on the earth and the living portion on the earth interact with each other and make a system that is called the ecosystem. And the science in which we study the ecosystem is called the BHARDWAJ. We can easily understand by this diagram these things, that is the 4 components of environment. It is the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere. And first of all we take one by one these and study about that. That is hydrosphere, 97% salty water. In these particular spheres we have to study what are the distribution of these particular spheres on the earth, how they contribute and what is their importance. So these are the distribution of the water on the earth, salty water and fresh water. The percentage is 97% and only 3% of the fresh water availability. in which 79% locked in the ice caps, 20% the groundwater availability, and 1% is the surface water, rivers, swamps, lakes, and which we can see by their eyes. These are the surface water. Then we come on the lithosphere. Lithosphere, this is the transverse section of the earth in the depth. Here we lies on the earth, and these are the layers: crust, mantle, core. These three layers are of the earth. These are divided in the three category, and further the subdivision is inner core, outer core, lower mantle as thermosphere, and this is the chemical composition, and this is the distance from the center of the earth. This is the distance from the center of the earth. This is all about the lithosphere. This is the important portion of the environment is the one more diagram. For that we can easily understand the atmospheric layer. Suppose this is our earth, and these layers are like that: troposphere, second layer is a stratosphere, third layer is mesosphere, fourth layer is thermosphere, and last layer is exosphere. These 5 layers are present in the atmosphere, and they perform the different functions. The importance of these layers is like that we are lies in troposphere. It is about 10 kilometer altitude up to. The stratosphere, what are the functions performed in that? 3 things are only important. 3 things, that is temperature variation, altitude from the earth's surface, and functions which are particularly in which layer, which function is performed. 3 things are very important: temperature, altitude, and functioning. Functioning in the troposphere is the thundering, raining, because we lie in that. In the stratosphere is also called the ozonosphere, because most of the ozone are formation are there and degradation are there. So this layer is called the ozone layer, and it protects from the sun's harmful rays. Because of the stratosphere, there is possibility of human being to stay at the earth. It is up to 50 kilometers. Third layer is mesosphere. All the burning of meteoroids and different asteroids are happening here only in the mesosphere. Sorry, in the mesosphere. And last one is the thermosphere. Thermosphere, the temperature variation. Temperature is drastically variate in different layers, and in thermosphere the ionic composition are present. Ionic composition, so all the satellites are situated here. We situated all the satellites here. Here we situated the satellites only. So these all are the atmospheric layer, where we describe the different layer: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and ionospheres. And last one is the just a moment.